Here's the full workflow I actually use to make world-class ads with AI, without hiring a full crew or living in After Effects. Yes, you can rebuild those iconic TV spots, consistent characters, multiple scenes, hero lines and all. And no, you don't need to become a prompt wizard to get something shippable. The big mental shift is this. Generation is the first half, publishing is the second. The ad only works once it's edited into strong hooks, captioned so it reads on a dim phone, styled so your brand is coherent, and scheduled so it actually goes out. That second half is where Vizard lives. Everything else is just how we get the raw material. Step 1 is locking your character in words before you lock them in pixels. Grab a reference. Could be a brand mascot vibe, a photo from a mood board, or even a selfie you're stylizing, and describe what truly makes them them. Think silhouette, age, wardrobe, signature prop, vibe, and a couple cinematic cues like lens feel and lighting. Keep it simple on purpose. The more adjectives you shovel in, the more models hallucinate. Most people try to brute force the perfect prompt. I do the opposite. One clean paragraph I can reuse across tools so my look doesn't drift when I switch engines mid-project. Once I've got that paragraph, I spin up a small batch of look dev stills to choose from. You don't need 10 variations. 2 or 3 good options at high quality are enough. I'm looking for skin texture that doesn't plasticize, wardrobe details that survive close-ups, and a color palette that won't fall apart when we cut scenes together. This is also where most tools start showing their quirks. Some struggle with text on clothing, some smear fine patterns, some get cute with hands, whatever. Pick the best base and move forward. You can burn days chasing perfect here, and it won't make your ad any more likely to get saved or shared. The real unlock for consistency is getting your character from one flattering angle into a handful of usable ones that feel like the same person shot on the same day. Think tight close on the catchphrase, medium for the action, wide for the reveal. If you're not speaking the language of camera, 35mm versus 85mm, push in versus dolly out, soft key from camera left with a hard rim, you're at the mercy of default. I write my shots like a mini storyboard in plain English. Interior bakery, morning light, 50mm, handheld micro shake. Our baker, mid-40s, flour on apron, rubs eyes, mutters his line. Then I duplicate that structure for the other angles. Most generators are good at making one pretty frame. They're not good at giving you 3 that look like they belong together. That's normal. You might need 2 or 3 tries per angle. Don't sweat it. We're not finishing the ad here. We're gathering the beats. Voice is where the character materializes. 1 sentence, 3 moods, tired and grumpy, proud and punchy, calm and sincere. The point isn't to show off vocal range, it's to give yourself hooks you can A-B as openers later. Some tools will let you nudge performance with bracketed stage directions. Some will accidentally read your direction out loud like it's part of the line. Yep, that still happens. If you get a take you love, but it includes the instruction, keep it. We'll trim it in the edit. Also, lock your voice identity early. Swapping voices halfway through an ad kills the illusion faster than a bad composite. For scenes with talking heads, I'll bind that voice line to a close-up image so the mouth and eyes feel alive enough for social. I'm not chasing Pixar. I need something that sells the line in the first 2 seconds on mute and still feels human when the viewer taps sound on. For non-dialogue beats, the camera slide behind the counter to reveal a crowd, the door swing, the product hero, I'll generate movement that's clean enough to cut around. Here's the pattern you'll notice across tools. Dialogue sync is still fussy. Complex moves sometimes act like they have a mind of their own, and the more you ask for in one pass, the more it wobbles. Do less per shot. You're building a sequence, not a one-clip wonder. Now I've got what I need to rough in a 30-45 second master. A punchy close-up for the catchphrase, a couple proof beats that show the work, 1 crowd or payoff shot, a product or offer frame, and an outrow breath. I lay them down, trim the dead air, and make sure the first frame reads on mute. If you only remember one thing from this whole rant, make it this. The first frame and the first sentence earn everything that follows. Spend your energy there. The fancy grading and micro transitions won't save a soft open. This is where I stop trying to be a hero inside a dozen apps and switch to Vizard, because what happens next is what actually grows your account and your revenue. I drop the master into Vizard and hit auto-editing viral clips. It analyzes the words and the sound, and it pulls the lines that stop thumbs. Clean claims, do this instead flips, little no-way moments, quick how-to beats, tidy cliffhangers. It trims the ums and wind-ups, reframes to vertical without chopping mouths, and avoids watermark and UI zones so captions have a clean lane. From one master, I consistently get 8 to 12 shorts that start strong and end clean. That's a week of content from one ad. Captions make or break your reach, especially on dim phones with sound off. Vizard captions are syllable synced to your voice, which means the text breathes with your delivery instead of lagging like karaoke. I set my style once. Bold sans font, high contrast highlight with a thin stroke so it holds up on bright B-roll, safe zones so text doesn't sit on lips or collide with platform buttons, and human line breaks where you'd actually pause. I only highlight 1 to 3 keywords per sentence, so it reads like emphasis, not confetti. Save that as a template and apply across the batch. Overnight, your feed goes from auto captions to someone actually edited this. Brand polish takes 2 minutes. Toggle on a progress bar and match it to your palette. Drop a small corner logo. Tack a 3-second outro with a soft CTA. Save the whole look as a template. Now every clip inherits the same vibe without you thinking about it. and your grid finally looks like one brand instead of 5 freelancers. And then I stop relying on memory. Vizard's content calendar is where creators turn into publishers. I drag those 8 to 12 clips into a simple weekly rhythm. Monday, bold claim. Tuesday, do this instead. Wednesday, mini story. Pain, pivot, payoff. Thursday, objection buster. Friday, social proof or a limited offer. And flip auto schedule. TikTok, IG Reels, YouTube Shorts, LinkedIn. Pick your platforms and posting times. And Vizard ships them while you're doing literally anything else. If a timely angle hits, price drop, collab, trend, I drag that clip to the top, and Vizard reshuffles the rest so nothing gets buried. If you're not solo, this is where chaos disappears. Notes live right on the timeline at exact timestamps. Shorten this open, bigger captions here, swap the CTA. If someone rewrites a soft opener in the transcript, the cut updates automatically. Version history means A/B tests are clean and reversible. No more final V6 move. No more 2 a.m. exports you forgot to add audio to. Okay, let me stitch this into a weekend plan you can actually run. Saturday morning, write your character paragraph and lock 2 to 3 look dev stills. Don't chase perfect fingers or letter forms. Chase a silhouette and vibe that reads instantly. Generate 3 angles for one scene. Tight, medium, wide, and keep your camera language consistent so it feels like one shoot. Record or generate your signature line in 3 moods. Saturday afternoon, assemble a 30-45 second master. Hook close-up, proof beat, payoff, offer, quick outro. Make sure frame 1 reads on mute, export. Sunday morning, open Vizard. Drop in the master and hit auto-editing viral clips. Skim the tray and pick the 8 to 12 cuts you'd actually post. Set your caption style once. Bold font, high contrast highlight, thin stroke, safe zones, human line breaks, and save as a template. Turn on the progress bar, add your logo, add a 3-second outro, save as a brand template too. Drag everything into content calendar. Lay out your Monday to Friday rhythm, and flip auto schedule across platforms. You just built a week of content without babysitting uploads. Next week, don't download another app yet. Open Vizard and check 3 numbers. First, 3-second completion, saves per 1,000 views, and click through to your product page or long video. If a clip dies in the first 2 seconds, rewrite that 1-sentence opener and recut it. If a clip gets saved a ton, copy its caption emphasis pattern into your next batch. Verbs up front, numbers highlighted, line breaks that punch. That's how you turn one ad into a system that compounds. Quick reality check on the other tools, since you'll ask. The generation apps are fantastic at visuals, but they're not built for publishing. They don't give you batch, syllable synced captions that read on a dim phone. They don't give you reusable brand templates across a dozen clips. They don't give you a content calendar or cross-platform scheduling, and they definitely don't help you fix a soft opener. They'll happily sell you more variations, which also means more credits, but they won't keep you consistent by Friday. That's Vizard's lane. Retention, readability, consistency, and cadence. If you're doing voice-driven ads, Vizard lets you edit like a writer and publish like an editor. It auto-transcribes your long takes with timestamps, so you delete a line in the transcript and the video trims itself. Fix a name once and it fixes everywhere. Then, auto-editing viral clips pulls the hooks for you, captions them in your brand style, and the calendar sends them out on Rails. That's the part that turns "we should post more" into "it already posted." For the brand build crowd, here's how I'd slice your ad into shorts that each sell one idea. Clip 1 opens with the catchphrase "close up." Clip 2 shows the craft. We're up at 4 a.m. so the glaze hits warm. Clip 3 is a quick reveal. Line out the door. Clip 4 anchors the offer. Under $12 dozen this weekend. Clip 5 is social proof. Sold out by noon yesterday. Each starts with a line that reads in 2 seconds on mute. Each has captions that breathe with your voice, and all of them share the same look so your grid feels intentional. Budget-wise, spend your credits on the first frame and the first sentence. That's the lever. Don't sink budget into the 17th variation of a mid-shot. Get a good enough base, then let Vizard do the things that actually move the metrics. Strong hooks, readable captions, cohesive branding, and posting on schedule. So that's the whole play. Generate to explore. Keep your character simple and consistent. Build a tight master with a hook that survives mute. Then hand it to Vizard to do the grown-up part. Auto-editing, viral clips, captions that move with your voice, brand templates that make you look buttoned up, and a calendar that publishes whether you remember or not. You can absolutely recreate the feel of those classic ads now. The difference between nice experiment and this actually grows is whether you ship on rhythm. Vizard is how you do that without adding hours to your week. If you want a friendly challenge, give yourself 1 hour today. Draft your character paragraph, pick 2 stills, cut a 35-second master, drop it into Vizard, and generate your 8 to 12 shorts. Set your style once, map the week, flip auto schedule. Check back in 7 days, first 3-second completion, saves, and clicks to your product page. If the numbers move, keep the cadence. If they don't, fix the opener. Either way, you're no longer stuck at, "we should make an ad." You're in the habit of publishing, and that's where brands actually win.